Everyone be cool. I need you all to be cool. We're drawing feet today. Normally, I would show you my credentials, but I know there's already a bunch of little freaks in here, so I'm going to keep the foot content to as much of a minimum as I can while still teaching you how to draw feet. Now, I might lose some of you here. Feet can be kind of beautiful. Wait, no, come back! Feet have a very specific structure to them, and the intricacies of that structure can be beautiful in a drawing. Real feet? Ew. Clip your toes, put some socks on, get that shit out of my face. A drawing of feet? A painting? Beautiful! This is beautiful! Or maybe I just like art. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if I'm a little foot freak or just an artist. Okay, alright. I can't keep putting it off. I intentionally make these intros very short because I hate when videos just yap and yap and yap in the beginning of the video. Okay, we can do this. Alright, let's look at feet. Find a reference photo. I'm not going to ask where the reference photo is from. As long as no one is doing anything morally reprehensible, what you have on your computer is not my business. Okay, feet, I should say. I was once given the advice that when you practice drawing feet, you should always draw two, because there are rarely circumstances where you will only be drawing one foot. Think about it. Sit down with yourself in the mirror and say, I can draw the one foot. Why not two? Why not two of them? Or you can create a character that doesn't have feet, and even if they did, they never show them, which I obviously know nothing about. I've chosen this photo because it gives us a side angle and a 3/4 angle of the foot, and these relatively flat presentations are the easiest to learn anatomy from. I'm going to start by measuring out the length of the foot and putting these feet into boxes and triangles. Breaking down complicated shapes into simpler shapes helps me identify what structures I'm working with. Breaking down the foot into these shapes will also be a huge help when you start drawing shoes, because shoes are basically just a box around your foot. The advantage of digital art is that I can take this structure I've created and slide it over my canvas. If you're working traditionally, you can put your paper over top of your printed out reference photo and tape it to a window to create a poor man's light table. This allows you to see your reference while still being able to draw on your canvas. But in the interest of all you traditional baddies out there, I will not be sliding over my structure breakdown. I will be measuring and drawing these structures freehand. It's important that you— Oh, Jesus! What is that?
That's a human hand.
Oh. Is that allowed? Do we allow that in here?
Well, yes. You've drawn human hands on the channel before.
Yeah, but it wasn't like moving. Ew. Okay. We can do this. One way to keep your measurements accurate is to use your pencil or pen to measure. Here you can see this disgusting little hand using the back of their pen to find the edge of the foot and marking where the foot ends with their finger. Bring that over to your drawing and mark where the foot will end. Measure twice. Mark once. Once you've put your mark down, compare your reference to your guides just to make sure they're accurate. They don't have to be perfect measurements, just close enough. All right, get that hand out of here. I never want to see that again. The hardest part of drawing feet is going to be the toes. They're weird little shapes, so the first thing we're going to do is put each of them into their own box for your and my protection. For the closer foot, I'm plotting down this arch to help keep the tops of my toes in line. The back foot is much easier. We're really just drawing the big toe, so I put down a line at the knuckle for that toe. Once I understand how I want to plot out these feet by studying my reference, I move over to my sketch and try to mimic the guides I just created on my reference. Where the ends of the toes are, I'm going to be plotting these little circles, following the curve I created with my guides. This is normally the part of the drawing where I just start filling in the shapes of the toes, but because I have all my delightful little artist babies here, I'll hold your hand a little longer. For the length of the toes, I'm going to use, yup, you guessed it, little boxes. Look, I know this is a lot of little boxes, so I'm actually going to change the color of my pen so you can still see what I'm doing. Notice how these boxes come up above the circles. That's to account for the last knuckle on the toe, right before the nail. Now that we have all these guides down, it's sketching time, baby. Follow those guides. They're going to save your life. Literally. I don't know how, but they will. Make sure you are cross-referencing frequently. Take account of the way the knuckle bumps out before tucking into the nail bed. Leave a little dip in between those knuckles.
And don't forget the nails!
The angle of the nails is probably going to sell it the most. All right, now that the toes are done, the rest of this is pretty much a breeze. Draw a curve for the heel, don't forget the bone around the ankle, and leave some lines leading up into the leg. Okay, now that we're on to line art, can I be honest? Is this a safe space, to be honest? I hate drawing feet. I hate it. And not in the funny internet way where people are like, oh, you feet are gross. I hate all the knuckles in this tiny ass space. I understand why people are built like this, mostly for balance, but God, what is this? What a mess. It's important you know how to draw feet, so when you need to do it, you can, but it's also totally fine to keep that shit wrapped up in a shoe as often as you can. Fuck these knuckles, dude. Yay, we drew feet together. High five. Oh, do you want a gold star? I haven't given out one of these in a while.
Did you just ruin another camera?
No.
That's an Ari Alexa 35, Sophia.
Dude, that is the third camera in a month.
Did you just put a sticker on the lens of our Alexa?
The camera we're renting?
I think the real question we should be asking is why did you rent a $100,000 camera to film drawing tutorials?
It's good quality.
It's a YouTube video.
It's a what? Look, you want
This is not that big of a deal, and I don't know why you're blowing it up.
Sophia, we've got the outro.
And
So-
you,
Okay, so I think that
I'll do the
actually blames
outro.
on you here.
me?
Yes.
Tell a friend
Why-
about us.
Why would you bring that
Please,
expensive
like,
piece of equipment
stop,
into this
guys,
video?
guys,
Knowing
shut
what
up.
we do?
Yeah,
Like and
I'm
subscribe.
just gonna turn this
Okay,
off.
Well, whose fish take is that?
How dare you?